You're a bitch. You've always been a bitch. We never liked you. That's why John's never gonna marry you.
The only reason why anyone cares about the Bell is because you showed up when wrestling was at its worst.
Oh. And I'm really hoping that someone just showed up I was hoping that they panned to someone like Jesus Christ.
John Cena comes back next week. That means that he's going to murder Tyson Kidd while he's still out.
He goes to his house, just like straight up attitude adjusts him onto the sofa.
He
But
just
as that
he just punches his neck and it just crumbles.
from the no, but as he's recovering again, you just see a dust line in his neck where his neck should be.
He takes a hammer to his ACL.
Jesus Christ, this is morbid.
Your time is up, TJ.
That's how we should start. Oh, you should be recording. That's how we should get started.
Oh, I am recording this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Can You Handle This cast, starring Faith and Salvadoom. What a cold opening. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Can You Handle This cast. Oh boy, I am Faith, and joined as always the man who loves to eat but also loves to eat again. What's your name, my good friend?
It's your boy Salvadoom.
It's that boy. Hey, it's
What
Hillary
be the
Clinton.
name? Oh,
It's the queen of memes, Hillary Clinton. Boy, that joke's already dated, and it's not even like a month old. Anyways, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fantastic episode of the Can You Handle This cast, brought to you by nobody because we suck.
it's sponsored by a gallon of water. Remember, kids, drink a gallon of water a day so you're able to live a long, healthy life or a short, watery life because you're a fucking noob.
Unless you're Logan Paul, then apparently drink 2.77 gallons of water and then lie about being colorblind.
Well, yeah, that's a thing. We'll probably get into that on our next cast. But yeah, we had a moderately
Hey, guess
mediocre
what?
week of wrestling. What?
It's 11/11, make a wish.
I got 11-12. Fuck you.
My wish is John Cena to show up, because that's what he does. He makes wishes, right? He's a
Do
genie,
you
right?
do you have terminal cancer?
He's basically a genie, right?
Do you have terminal cancer?
I heard he grants a lot of wishes.
But do you have terminal cancer?
As of right this moment, because I can go get some.
Oh, okay.
I currently have in my hands terminal cancer. Does that count?
Maybe. I do not know, but this week we had a mediocre week for professional wrestling because all the major shows from all the good promotions are on hiatus because of the holiday season, and the only one willing to work their workers to the bone is the WWE.
Let me tell you something. If I could describe this week in wrestling in one word, it would probably be the most powerful word you could use, and that's eh.
Meh, it was meh. I mean, Roadblock was okay, but it wasn't that good.
Roadblock was fine. Nothing really too memorable now I'm thinking about it. Then again, I was kind of just washing out the corner of my eye. But all I can think of was, solid matches, I guess, but nothing that really stood out. No, certainly no Ms. Zigglers to speak of.
Yeah, I don't even think we're going to go. I'm personally not. I really don't want to go over the matches because like it's all meh because everybody knows Cesaro, Raw Tag Team Champions, and can I mention the cock block joke in the early part of the show?
Well, it's the New Day. They're the same team that on day 420 made a whole joke about it.
True.
But yeah, I mean, we might as well go over the results. I mean, we don't have to go into super detail about it because honestly,
The ending was okay. The ending was okay. The ending was okay. Like
Yeah.
the fake tag into the into the, I think it was a clothesline, or was it a bro kick? I don't remember. It was okay.
Either a bro kick or an uppercut, one of them.
Yeah, and
This match was great for two reasons. One, Cesaro actually hit the neutralizer, and two, Kofi actually hit the SOS.
I mean, that's all you really need for this match. But I was really hoping for afterwards. Sheamus has the original tag team belts, because as we go on to Raw, they get new tag team belts that look exactly like the SmackDown tag team belts, but in a different color scheme.
Yep, they replaced all the bronze with silver and give it a red strap, I believe.
Yes, but I was really hoping that Sheamus keeps the other belts and has them with him.
I kind of wanted like a Daniel Bryan Kane thing to go, where it's just like, I'm the tag team champions, back and forth. But
I think that's what they're going with, but not as like pushing it.
Also,
They're not pushing it as much.
I guess we might as well hint, yes, Rusev beat Big Cass by count out. No one cares. Oh well.
But it's Big Daddy Ruru.
Yeah, but come on now, count out? All because he punched Enzo?
True. But it's, I mean, Roadblock, I'm just going to go down the list because I actually did write down the matches. Zayn beat Strowman by time limit.
That's how you know this pay-per-view was meh, because a match ended by the time running out. That's some WWF stuff, man. That just doesn't happen anymore.
I mean, it's not like that time where people had to wrestle up to television time.
You've got a point. Like, I remember I was telling you a bit ago about the British Bulldog match that just cut off in the middle of Raw. I'm just like, what?
I mean, but other matches, Rollins beat Jericho, Swan beat Perkins and Kendrick.
I was glad about that, though.
That's the only good thing about the event.
Oh, yeah, and then Neville showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, Anvil. Neville's the heel.
Did you want to say Anvil? Jim Neidhart showed up?
Jim the Anvil Neidhart's your new Cruiserweight champion.
I was just talking about him the other day, or just today, actually, because I was talking to my sister. It might have been last night, but oh well. I talked to my sister, and she doesn't like Natalya at all. And I'm just like, why don't you like Natalya? It's like, I don't know, I just don't like her. Plus, her dad's an alcoholic. I'm like, wait a sec. Jim's an alcoholic? He's like, yeah, it's all on Total Divas. I'm like, when did this happen? When did this happen?
Apparently, from what I remember, he's a raging alcoholic ever since he won the tag team belts back in the day.
Thanks, Brett.
And apparently his preferred drink of choice is pure vodka.
I don't know how we got onto the topic, but she's like, yeah, she got a boob job and her uncle paid for it. I'm just like, Brett? I'm like, I guess. I'm like, how? What are they showing on this reality show? You gotta tell me about this, man, if some crazy stuff happens, because you watch these shows. I don't watch them.
I think we should do a podcast with your sister then about Total Divas.
Yeah, just a Total Divas recap.
That's how we get the real money. That's how we get the Bella Twins money. They got on the show. I make fun of their intelligence.
It's going to be very skewed against Natalya if you have my sister on the cast, I gotta say, though.
I'm like, but Natalya is hot-ish. And I just can't defend that. It's like, fuck it, never mind.
I'm just like, Em, you realize that you pretty much act and look kind of like her, right? She's like, no, I don't. I'm like, you kind of do.
I like how our conversation is actually more entertaining than Roadblock.
Well, that's why we're off topic. And yeah, I guess I guess the most memorable thing would be the Charlotte versus Sasha Banks match in the Iron Man match, Iron Woman, whatever you want to call it, where Sasha just bled like a stuffed pig.
And this was overtime.
Yeah, like the last overtime wasn't the only other overtime, the one between Brett and Shawn.
Yes, at WrestleMania 15. No, not 15.
What a parallel, man.
Yeah, I mean, like they keep saying that Sasha and Flair, they're like the Steamboat Flair, like they need one another to be successful or something.
Then again, we haven't even seen that yet because they haven't put him against anyone else.
Yeah, but then again, like I'm glad it's over because of the fact that we've been seeing them wrestle for far too long against each other.
Is it just that they don't trust the other girls? Like, is that what's going on here?
I don't know, but right now. Charlotte's going after Bailey, and Nia Jax, my girl Nia Jax, is going after Sasha Banks by calling her a little girl and like throwing her around with her busted knee.
Her busted knee, man. Why are you
Because
always so mean on? I gotta ask, why? Totally off topic. Why are you always so mean to Sasha? Calling her a horse, saying she's got like a big forehead. Why are you always so mean to my girl Sasha?
I don't know. I'm just following the memes.
You're just following the memes.
Well, yeah, like most of the memes about her is how she looks like a horse and like
She does not look like a horse.
how her how her forehead is all the way to the back of her head.
I don't care if she's got a LeBron hairline or not. All that matters is she's a very handsome lady.
But like, yeah, it was a good match. The part where like she was busted open, I looked away for a second to grab a drink of water, and I see that.
I remember I couldn't tell if it was her nose or her tooth that got knocked out, but I think later I realized it was coming from her mouth, which was even like more like ugh.
I think like she got like a busted lip or something.
It looked like she got like a tooth knocked out because it was like bleeding hard.
True. So yeah, I think it could have been like an eternal thing. Like she could have like busted the roof of her mouth or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I digress. It was a good match. But the overtime thing kind of like threw me off a bit because I
It
didn't
was
think there
probably a
was
match of the night.
yeah,
Probably.
kind of yeah, it was match of the night because the main event, as you know, like personally for me, the main event was actually subpar compared to like how they were booking it.
It kind of felt like I know I haven't watched Raw in like 15 weeks now, but it felt sort of like what would you see for a Raw main event? Like it just had so many
Yes.
shenanigans towards the end, like it didn't even make sense.
Yeah, and that's what kind of like pissed me off in the end. Like, if this is how they're going to put this match, then make Sasha and Charlotte the main event again. Because if that's going to be the main event, then might as well do that. Because to me, it was kind of like a wasted main event.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone really thought that Roman was going to walk away holding both titles. Like I think that's kind of what they're making us think since they rebooked it for what was it, the Rumble or a episode of Raw or when was it? I think it's for the Rumble where like Jericho's in a shark cage coming up. Like
Yes.
I saw that on Wikipedia. I'm just like I went to go see who was in the Rumble so far and it just said Goldberg and Lesnar. Then I
Who's
look
the
at it, it's
yeah.
just like Royal Rumble match, and then Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, Universal Championship. Chris Jericho will be suspended in the air in a shark cage. And I'm like, what on earth is Mick Foley doing over there?
I mean, Mick Foley's trying way too hard.
He's basically doing the Paul Ellering match.
Yeah, but the thing is that see how the Alamo Dome is, how big the thing is.
Is there a shark cage toy?
Yeah, that's how they spoiled the match for NXT Takeover Toronto.
Yeah, I mean,
They were selling
then
it
again,
asking on WTV.
the joke probably could have been, TM61 didn't have any ideas, and then they saw Regal playing with the toy. They're like, that gives me an idea, mate.
And everyone understood them. But like 2 minutes later, like, wait, what are they talking about?
And then they did a moonsault off of it. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of weird. Either way, Owens walks away with the title thanks to, wasn't it like interference with Jericho, like just punching him or something, a code breaker?
Yeah. Yeah, Jericho comes out. It looks like he was about to attack Roman, but just to defend the honor of his best friend, he just code breaks Owens. The match ends like that, and they
Let me
both
tell you
hug.
something, though. Let me tell you something. Earlier in the night, like, all I really knew about Owens and Jericho coming into it is that they have this best friend thing going on. Where like they're best friends. They got the list. It's like, oh, they're kind of like walking the line. Is he my best friend? Is he not my best friend? But when Kevin Owens looked at Jericho's door and said, "This really hurts my feelings, man. I just wanted to be friends," and walks away all sad, I almost cried, dude. Owens sold me on that, man. Like, kudos to you, Kevin Owens, for almost making me cry and being a bad guy doing it.
I mean, everybody knows the best heels make the best heels make the best tearjerkers.
He just felt so sympathetic for it. I'm just like, oh, I know we should be booing you, but man, you make me sad.
But I mean, like, he's the heel, yet nobody boos the heel anymore. And we all feel sad for the heel because we were learning more about him. He just wanted a friend.
It's basically a Rusev scenario where, he was kind of in the right. Like, sure, they're jerks and stuff, but dude, he just wanted his best friend back. The only guy that would be friends with him, and he didn't want to lose him.
I mean, it made me feel sad, but it didn't make me cry because I kind of understood, like, it's something's going to happen in the main event because that kind of like alluded to something like that. But I was really hoping was that after Owens walks off screen, you just see Jericho walk into the room. Like he wasn't even
That's
in
what
there.
I was thinking. That's what I was saying. Like he was going to be behind him the whole time, but that didn't happen.
But I think that's all for a Roadblock. But Raw, I kind of call Raw the what I refer to the
go home show for Christmas.
For Christmas, yes, it's the go home show for Christmas because there wasn't really a lot to talk about.
Honestly, everyone that I talked to said that it was like not good. Like I remember I was talking about something about SmackDown, and my friend on Facebook writes, my Xfinity got set for Raw for the first 30 minutes accidentally. Boy, I really thought I was going to have to take the plug out of my TV. It was so bad. I'm just like, geez, is it really that bad? But according to a lot of people, yes, it was. But I guess thankfully I didn't watch it. But I guess could you give me the rundown on what all went down?
Yeah, it's a Christmas edition, a lot of holiday cheer. New Days, they're sad because they lost their belts, but they're happy because it's gone to Cesaro.
The only thing I like know that the only thing I knew what happened is that Braun Strowman threw Sin Cara into a tree.
Yeah, Strowman was trying to find Enzo. Whoa, that's a different storyline.
Sammy?
He was trying to find Zayn, but Foley kept saying, he's back home with his family. He deserves a break after your match. And Strowman said, if I don't find him, everyone's gonna pay for it. So I think it was Titus O'Neil versus Sin Cara. That was gonna be the initial match. But Braun Strowman shows up, attacks everyone, then throws Sin Cara into a tree.
In fact, I was since that was the only thing I knew that really happened on Raw, I was going through seeing, what could be the background for this episode. And do you remember what the name of the picture I'm currently using as a background was?
I think it was Braun Strowman throwing Sin Cara into a goddamn tree. .jpg.
.jpg.
But I mean, like, that was the person for me, the only entertainment aspect of the show, because the other like comedic bit that they did was Enzo had to go to sensitivity training because of the old thing with Lana.
Right. I remember I got a text from you about that. Like when I get text from you, that's how you know something's going on. I was like, I think the text said like, Enzo was making fun of everyone in sensitivity class. He's supposed to be the face in this situation. I don't understand.
I mean, like, he goes in there. He's like trying to like do jokes and everything. But like you have Bob Backlund, Darren Young, Bo Dallas, and I think Jinder Mahal are all in there like trying to fix themselves because those are like characters that like have issues apparently.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got Bo Dallas, who I believe is like, kind of getting that mean streak, but still saying he's great. And Jinder Mahal doing his Shakti, and I have no idea what's going on with Darren Young anymore. Is he still great again?
Apparently, still because Bob Backlund's still there. But it's like because they call it sensitivity training, but it's more like the anger management skit that they had with
the Daniel Bryan thing.
Yeah, but it's a lot more just like it made no sense because Enzo's the only face on there, yet he kept making jokes and made no progress. Like everyone like admits like Bo Dallas said, he needs to like get more confidence in himself. Like, like stop saying like he needs to believe in himself
He needs to
essentially.
start believing again.
Jinder Mahal like said he needs to like control his temper, like be more peaceful. Bob Backlund and Darren Young said they're going to support each other because apparently they weren't supporting each other as much as they should. And then you have Enzo trying to hit on the teacher, or hit on the instructor.
Do you still have the Bo Leave T-shirt?
Yes.
Never forget, man. That was the best model. Sorry to get you off track there, but go ahead.
But like that those skits were like Enzo's the face in this scenario. He's
He's
supposed to
just
be
seeming
the
like a
good
jerk.
guy. Yeah, like why am I gonna cheer for a jerk? I mean, I cheer for Big Cass because like he's trying to help out his friend. But still,
It
like
reminds me of. Have you? I know you don't really play that kind of game, but have you ever seen like a playthrough of the NBA 2K16 game? Like I don't know if you watched two best friends play it or anything.
I think so. It's like isn't like the other guy like you have your main character and the friend of your main character who's like a jerk.
Yeah, like the friend of freak type thing. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
It seems kind of like the Spike Lee joint, where like your guy's going to get you into all this trouble, so you either cut him and go on with your career, or like let him keep bringing you down. I think that's sort of what they're going for, and it's interesting to see if they're going to have to end up doing something like that, like have it be like, all right, Enzo is a cancer. Are you going to get rid of him, or are you going to just let him kill your career? Like have that sort of crossroads for Big Cass.
Yeah. And I think like earlier in the year you heard rumors saying like Big Cass could be the next Kevin Nash. Like he could be like the next like big guy with a personality. And like I really hope he drops Enzo because them as a tag team, they work well together, but they've really never like titles together. They've never really like done something. You even in NXT, they've always lost a big match because of like something Enzo did or something.
See, here's the thing with that though. I don't like the comparison already of them comparing him to Kevin Nash because Kevin Nash, he was good when he was paired with Shawn Michaels, which Enzo and Cass are very entertaining. But once Kevin Nash got on his own, no one really cared, and everyone just started flocking back to Shawn Michaels. So hopefully, if they make him go out, he doesn't, just get totally overshadowed by people still loving Enzo. If that ends up happening.
Yeah, but uh, but seeing Cass wrestle on his own, like remember earlier in the year, like the first Raw after the brand split, like they had the Fatal 4 Ways for the Universal title, and I think Big Cass was in that match.
Yeah, it was Big Cass, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, I believe.
Yeah, like he can hold his own. Like I
He
think,
certainly can. Like he's a very gifted wrestler and really good on the mic too. But like, I just hope like the bigger personality doesn't end up getting the most of it because honestly, I don't
yeah,
really like Enzo all that much outside of his promo stuff.
yeah. So like hopefully they move Enzo somewhere to like what one my dream scenario is somehow trade Big Cass to SmackDown.
I have an idea of how to solve it. Put Enzo in the cruiserweight division.
Oh yeah, he could be in the cruiserweight division.
There's no way that he's more than 205 pounds. Like he could fit.
No, wait, let me check. Enzo More.
Yeah, just check out his Wikipedia page, I guess. But I guess other than that, was there anything that really stood out on Raw, or can we go right to the main event? Because everyone says it's just not worth it.
It's not really that worth it because like I think I put Strowman killed Sin Cara and like
Well, yeah, we went over that. Don't worry.
yeah, Strowman's like threw guys at a wall. Like it was a weird situation, and there really isn't nothing of a value.
I like how they're putting Strowman in this place. Like he's just killing people out of nowhere. I'm kind of liking it.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to just have squash match after squash match, like be a Ryback type scenario where you just win, but it's another thing to actually go out and just murder guys.
Yeah. Oh, Enzo is 200 pounds, so yeah, he is perfect for the cruiserweight.
Put him in the cruiserweight division. Pair him up with a guy like A guy who's not doing anything, like one of the Bollywood boys or something.
Please.
Or team him up with Rich Swann and do something with him.
Maybe. But
Cedric
yeah,
Alexander.
get Enzo to like have a secret lover and turn out to be Alicia Fox. So it's like Alexander versus or something. I don't know.
You
Do
joke,
something.
but that would fit in perfectly with his character, honestly.
Yeah. Considering how his character went with Rusev Lana, I hope something like that happens.
Yeah, he's like the small kind of jerkish flirt guy. So that would fit in perfectly to have him, try and steal Alicia Fox from Cedric, and that leading to its own thing. That would actually work out really well. I'd book that.
Yeah. As you can tell, I'm actually kind of bored with Raw things because it's okay. I barely remember the main event. I think it was a tag match, I think.
What was it, like the best friends versus like Roman and Rollins?
Yeah, I think it was that.
That's always a good sign when you can't even remember.
I mean, it's boring. I'll probably get to it, hopefully, but main event. Remember WWE main event because I don't.
You remember Saturday Morning Slam?
Barely remember that show.
My favorite match of all time was on Saturday Morning Slam, dude. Justin Gabriel versus I believe it was Sin Cara. It was either Sin Cara or John Morrison, but it was a really good match.
I mean, Saturday Morning Slam did have their moments, but then again, it was like that kid show that they tried to develop and it never really worked.
It still had good matches though.
True.
That's when they was put all their flippy guys on there, and I love flippy stuff.
Yeah,
I love spot monkeys.
Well, you do love Jeff Hardy.
I remember I was going through my old pictures on my phone, and I found a picture from like 3-4 years ago from a TNA Impact show, and it's just Jeff Hardy sitting on top of a cage.
Yeah.
I believe that was when it was Jeff Hardy versus James Storm versus Austin Aries in a cage match for the TNA Championship in Salisbury, Maryland.
Oh yeah, Rollins and Reigns beat Jericho by disqualification, and it's because Braun Strowman came out and just murdered
Braun Strowman, dude. That's how you make an impact. You have Braun Strowman disrupt the main event. That's how you make an impact.
But it was an okay. It wasn't an okay show. It wasn't a good show. It wasn't a bad show. It was even the show. It was even the show.
It wasn't even the big show.
I mean, what happened to the Big Show? He showed up once and then never showed up again.
That's all he does. He just shows up, turns heel, turns face, and leaves.
But yeah, SmackDown. You watched SmackDown, right?
Yes, I did watch SmackDown, and welcome to No Chill Live, ladies and gentlemen, because boy oh boy, this was just nonstop fire, and I'm not talking about Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch didn't even have a match tonight, technically.
Yeah.
So it started off James Ellsworth and AJ Styles. James Ellsworth finally getting his title shot against AJ, and he does his Kenta combination and knocks him out and wins in a minute. It was dumb, and then the crowd
loved it.
Turned out that the Detroit crowd has as little chill as SmackDown did tonight, because AJ starts, just murdering James Ellsworth, doing this nasty pendulum thing on the metal part under the ring, and people are like, one more time, kill him, kill him.
Tables. I'm like,
yeah,
whoa, whoa.
They just want to see James Ellsworth die, and I'm just like, oh my god, Detroit, I know you're not a very nice city, but calm all the way down.
But all I'm thinking is, Ellsworth, is he gonna milk this for weeks? Because the fact that he's a small guy, so he's probably gonna milk the injuries for weeks. And I can't compete this weekend. Probably he has to compete against I don't know, maybe
Braun Strowman.
Again, he just shows up on Raw. I mean on SmackDown and just murders him again.
So after that, basically he's in the ring, and Dolph Ziggler shows up. It's like, I get a title shot, right? And then Baron Corbin shows up, and it's like, well, Ziggler, all you do is steal opportunities from younger guys, and you waste them. So what's the point of even being here? That was step one on the no chillometer. Notice we're at one notch alone, and we're in the first segment after the match. So that sets up for a match later between Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, where the winner faces AJ next week. After that, you had an IC Championship match between Apollo Crews and The Miz. And this match was actually really good. Like, Apollo had a really good match against The Miz. It seemed like The Miz just brings out the best in people, I gotta say. So,
well, you also gotta realize, like, Apollo Crews is a gifted athlete.
He really is, but for some reason, he's just been kind of doing the same old thing. But it just took this match against The Miz for him to actually, like, show what he can really do. And,
because, like, The Miz, I can see, like, he's a protective wrestler. He doesn't, like, try to, like, do flashy moves, but he also tries to compete. Like not Greco style wrestling, like not mat wrestle, but just like try to hold his own against like anyone. So I think his style is like the perfect selling combination.
And he can sell like a champ, dude. Also, totally unrelated, Eagles just won. Yippee. Anyways, so
fuck you.
Hey now, you're an all-star. So halfway through the match, Maurice gets kicked out for, I guess, almost touching Apollo Crews, but doesn't, so she gets kicked out. And then The Miz hits Apollo with a thumb to the eye. Austin Aries would be very proud. Hits Apollo with the Skull Crusher finale, 1, 2, 3, retains the IC title. And yeah, it was actually a pretty good match, and more up to him. And then the No Chillathon continues with a marathon. So Nikki Bella, Carmella, Natalya, all in the ring. Carmella's out here saying, hey, do you not understand what's going on, or has the silicone from your fake boobs gone to your brain? No chill notch number 2. Then Nikki's like, alright, did you do it or did you not? And Natalya's like, hey, what are you doing, Carmella? You need to calm down. And Carmella's like, oh yeah, I remember Natalya was saying that the only reason why you came around and got as popular as you did is because basically it's because when you started wrestling, talking about the Bella Twins, nobody cared about women's wrestling, and it was pretty much the worst it was ever going to be. And she's like, is that true? And she's like, and Natalya's like, I told you that in secret. I'm going to murder you, Carmella. And then he's like, what's going on? And Natalya's like, all right, I did it. Calls her the B word twice in a minute. At 8:30, mind you. So it's not like Rock, where like he gets away with it because it's 11 o'clock. No, this was 8:30. So I'm shocked that it went down. The no chill was going off the thing. Pretty much saying John Cena will never marry Nikki Bella because she's not worth it. She's just a gold digger. And no chill was just off the charts.
The crowd loved it, though.
Also, I forgot to mention what The Miz said earlier. Boy, oh boy. Do you want? I know you know all about this. Do you want to take the reins on what The Miz said? Because my voice is running out.
Okay, for some backstory, Renee Young is the newest WWE diva, women's wrestler type thing to be part of the Total Divas cast. And it's no secret that she's dating Dean Ambrose. So she goes into the ring to interview The Miz because, it's a title defense. They usually interview the winner of the title defense or something. Miz says, whoa, Renee. I forget what he says, but it's like, but then he just says,
I believe it starts out with Renee saying, you've been on quite the winning streak. Is this fueled by your obsession with Dean Ambrose? To which The Miz responds, you're talking about my obsession with Dean Ambrose? Why don't we talk about your obsession? I mean, you're the one sleeping with him, aren't you? And the crowd just goes, oh!
I mean, like, it's The Miz, yet still, it's like, you're not going far enough, personally for me, but that's just my personal taste. And then she just bitch slaps him, and then you don't see her again throughout the night.
I'm just sitting there like, man, calm down, Miz. What's next? You're going to bring, like, abortion topics into this? You're going to talk about her miscarriage? What are you going to do
No,
next,
no,
Miz?
no. I want this to happen now.
You
Since you
want to
mentioned
drop, like, miscarriage stuff?
to Paige because she's not there.
No, don't do it to Paige. ADR will
No,
murder him.
but ADR is no longer in the WWE.
But ADR hits people for real.
But he's no longer.
ADR chopped the heck out of Blampier.
But it's Blampier, so who the fuck cares?
I care. I love him.
But yeah, this entire SmackDown, it's like something happened. I think since Shane McMahon is the son of like the owner. No, he is the son of an owner. What the hell am I talking about?
He's almost a son of the owner. He got disowned for a little bit when he went to go work in China.
I have a feeling that maybe like he kind of told his dad, "Hey, can I run the creative department for SmackDown?"
Here's what I think happened. Everyone got the notice. It's like, okay, I sensed it for the whole WWE. It's like, all right, it's Christmas. You guys get to go home early. So the writers that, couldn't stay were put over on Raw, and then they just did like the same old thing. Just like, all right, just recycle from years ago, have a Christmas episode. But then you got the really hard, stubborn Jewish guys over on SmackDown. They're just like, we are going to have a ball game.
And apparently that helped them out significantly because SmackDown's viewership this week skyrocketed.
Boy, oh boy, should it have.
Because from what I know, Raw and SmackDown have two different creative departments. So maybe your theory is correct.
That's what I like to believe. That's what I hope happens. Anyways, after all that, we had Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. Solid match. They both got their things in. Luke Harper is working like crazy, even against Dean Ambrose, who usually isn't the easiest guy to work with his weird style. They both went together pretty well, and I believe Ambrose won at the last second with hitting a Dirty Deeds, and after it he got jumped by the rest of the Wyatts, got Sister RKO'd, and basically just got flat out destroyed. And then The Miz showed up, beat him up some more, skull crushing finale. I'm sure he looked right at Renee Young when he did it, and then walked out.
Because why not?
Because hey, you gotta continue something going on. And then we had the debut of La Luchadora versus Alexa Bliss, and boy oh boy, what a early 2000s jobber name, La Luchadora. And
that sounds like something Lucha Underground would do, but not even like they would joke around. It's like, oh, this is probably some random wrestler from Mexico and never make it big or something. Like they'll just
it's their James Ellsworth.
Oh, you know what I also realized? They're referring Deonna Purrazzo as Jane
Ellsworth.
Because why not?
Hey, as long as they actually refer to her on TV, I'm okay. But yeah, this match, it was obvious from
the minute it started.
From the start that, this was Becky Lynch under a mask, that sort of thing. But I was surprised at how quick Becky Lynch could work. If she could do that kind of wrestling, in her regular matches, I think that she'd be a lot more popular. But you know what? I'm fine with it. She's still my favorite horsewoman, no matter what anyone says. So overall, it was a really good match. And
yeah, and from when I saw it, I'm like, oh, it's probably going to be I keep forgetting these goddamn names, even though you just said it. I knew it was going to be Lynch the minute I saw.
How dare you forget Becky Lynch's name?
I forget everyone's name.
How dare you?
How dare you respect a horsewoman?
Hey, be nice to Sasha Banks. She's not even on this show. What, you're not going to make fun of the fact that Becky Lynch has little outward eyes like I do?
Jesus Christ.
I literally, I opened up my phone today to go on Snapchat, and my eyes were pointing outwards. I'm like, oh my god. I'm turning into my uncle.
But what else I was saying, like I kind of knew it was going to be I knew it was going to be Lynch because like I knew she had a luchador background because she did wrestle in Mexico for a while. And the mask itself, I kept saying, is that a pink El Santos mask?
It really was. I was secretly down to my heart hoping that, Becky Lynch would be a run-in and that would be Eva Marie under the mask, but it was kind of showing. Like,
Why would it be Eva Marie?
Because I just want Eva Marie back. But like
I don't.
once I saw her spots where like there's a style that Becky works where her like chain moves will be kind of awkward because she pushes them up in the air when they do a flip. And once I saw like a sunset flip where that happened, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Becky.
But it was like I liked the match a lot because it was kind of like what was it? Mr. America for some reason. It kind of reminded me of that because like
it was Hogan under the mask all along fighting Alexa Bliss.
I think I'd believe it.
But yeah, it was pretty good, and it just sets up to their rematch they're having, I believe, next week. And
yeah, they're referring next week's SmackDown as I think the
wild card.
Yeah, because it's like the New Year's special, even though there's nothing new about it. But I hope there's gonna be new savagery.
New savagery, please bring back our Jewish workers. And
but you know what? I also realized the commentary table, especially JBL, they deserve their own part for Botchamania.
Oh my gosh, guaranteed we're going to get Botchamania and John O'Clock all over this, man. I'm telling you.
It's because I mean, like Mike, because JBL, like he kept flubbing the words so much.
And let's not forget that for whatever reason, Mauro Ranallo cannot pronounce our next competitor's name right. That's right, it's Kurt Hawkins, who Mauro just loves to call Chad Hawkins, going up against Mojo Rawley in the battle of old friends of Zack Ryder versus new friends of Zack Ryder. And apparently this was a crossover for that guy from the show Shooter that Orton's on, which I guess last week we had, or I guess 2 weeks ago, we had that British girl that nobody knew why she was there, and now we've got this guy. So it's like, oh yeah, that's right, 3 weeks in a row, because we had the British girl, then we had Gabriel Iglesias, and now we got this guy.
I still have no idea. Why the fuck do they have like a 13-year-old little girl on SmackDown?
I think I'm trying to listen to what she said. I was too busy not caring. But I believe what she said was Nikki Bella was in one of her music videos or something.
Because if I remember correctly, that little girl was on the Ellen show because like they sung in their terrible voices, some shit. I don't know.
Something like that.
No, but I'm really glad they're using celebrities though. Like because SmackDown is known as the B show, and they're treating it as a B show, yet with the A show type class.
Yeah, kind of getting the star power over there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because Gabriel Iglesias, I think if I remember correctly, he's a legitimate wrestling fan.
Yeah, he definitely is. Like even in some of his like when he used to have his TV show, he would. Are you clapping? What's going on here?
I don't know anymore.
Are you legit clapping? What is this?
My notebook has like a elastic band. I'm just like pulling it.
Well, stop it. I'm trying to talk.
All right, I'll stop. All right.
So yeah,
I'll stop.
When Gabriel Iglesias had his TV show, like Stand Up Revolution or whatever, he would always make like wrestling jokes in there every now and again. So I hope, I swear to God. So I hope like my dreams, we have a crossover between a wrestling match between Gabriel Iglesias and somebody versus Sal from Practical Jokers and somebody. Like, we need this in our lives. And I like how you end with your notebook slap. And just like we ended this show with the number one contenders match, Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, in one of the coolest matches I've seen in a while. It ends in a double countout, I believe. And basically AJ's like,
Yeah.
all right, none of them won. They're like, and Shane's like, actually, I think both of them won. They both get a title match in a triple threat match next week. And it just leads up to more and more. And it was a pretty good way for SmackDown to go out. And Baron Corbin is getting the well-deserved recognition that he deserves.
All I'm thinking about this, though, throughout the entire night, how SmackDown was so savage. How can Raw, like, recover?
Well, that's the question.
What are they gonna do? Are they gonna have Sasha call Nia Jax a fat bitch or something?
She's gonna just have to have a lesbian scene with her. We need HLA back.
Oh, where's that Rick Bischoff when you need her? Oh, where's the 3-minute warning?
Did you just call Eric Bischoff a her?
No, no? As I said, him. I thought 3-minute warning, so I kind of
3-minute warning aren't girls either.
No, but remember when
Are you calling Umaga a girl?
Well, he did have the figure of a Samoan chick.
Every Samoan has a figure of a Samoan chick, except
No, but
Tamina.
But all I'm really thinking is, if that ever happens, who's gonna be the guys that just destroy the lesbians? Because remember that? Remember when Umaga and Rosie just showed up and like kicked them, like stiff kicked them?
Of course.
That's what I want. I want to see big fat Samoans beat up lesbians.
So I was handed a container of some sort, and I'm not 100% sure what's in it, but it's a product of Mexico. Okay, apparently it's yogurt.
Oh.
And it's not horchata flavored because it's pink.
Do
they make horchata? Well, I guess it'd just be cinnamon flavored, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, after that we had 205 Live going on. Basically, all that happened was Arya Daivari beat Lindsay Dorado, cut a promo on Zach Gallagher. You had a locker room scene where Neville warns Kendrick, oh, we're partners, not friends. You're going to be one king of the cruiserweights. They showed a video on Tajiri. Cedric Alexander beat Drew Gulak after a lumbar check. Apparently, Alicia Fox fell off the ring, and Noam Dar showed up to check on her and took her back. And Cedric Alexander was not too happy with it. Drew Gulak got interviewed and blamed his loss, blamed it on Alicia Fox, pretty much saying, this is a man's world, and women have no place in it. And I'm just like, come on, Drew Gulak, you're supposed to be cool, you're a Philly guy. You had a video package on Gallagher, and then Neville and Brian Kendrick surprisingly beating Rich Swann and TJ Perkins after a red arrow, pretty much showing that Neville is nothing to be messed around with. And that pretty much ends 205 Live.
All right, two things from that. All I'm thinking is, wouldn't you be angry if your girl was pushed down a flight of stairs and I was the one that grabbed her and took her to the hospital?
This is basically a already dissolved version of Hogan versus Macho, because the same thing happened there, because it was like a Mega Powers match or something, and Elizabeth fell off the ring, and Hogan took her back, and Savage is like, "What are you doing, man?" And Bonesaw's ready, and and Savage was not too happy about it. So it's basically if that happened, but if they were already fighting each other.
Yeah. But like for 205 Live, I'm glad that they're filling the time that they really need with like the promos for wrestlers, especially Tajiri, man.
I can't wait for Tajiri to come back, dude. I've been watching Tajiri for, oh my god, like 17 years now.
I just hope he comes back, wins the title, and just starts misting people.
Just starts misting and buzzsawing people left and right.
Unlike he like high fives Mauro Ranallo, but Mauro Ranallo, and he just scares him. He just misses him.
He brings back Steve Corino.
No, I want.
He gets choked out with barbed wire by Taz.
So 205 Live becomes an ECW brand.
Yeah, I just want ECW back.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I just said I do.
Oh, but you got CZW.
Jesus, it's not the same.
It's the same, but with more blood.
And
It,
less James Ellsworth.
because remember, ever since James Ellsworth started appearing, CZW started posting. You do realize he was with us before WWE, right?
He was in Tournament of Death.
Not in the Tournament of Death match, but he was at the Tournament of Death.
He was at Tournament of Death.
Not wrestling in the Tournament of Death, but he was at the show.
He attended the show.
No, he was in the match.
Yeah, he was in like a side match though. Anyways, that basically recaps what we got going on. Basically recaps WWE. So I guess quick little rundown of elsewhere.
Lucha.
Little lucha news. Basically the only real lucha news going on is that they still have a thing between the Snakes and the Dragon, I believe.
Yes. They had the finals of the Tournament of Bulls, and the Mac won the rematch between
the Mac,
dude. The Mac is a great character. Like, I remember when I heard of him, I was like, "Who's the Mac?"
He's just a super athletic big guy.
Because I heard of him once I heard the rumors like, "Oh, he's going to go to WWE." I'm like, "All right, let me just look this guy up." And I'm like, "This guy's pretty cool." And then
I was real disappointed in the Cruiserweight Classic when they brought in Da Mac instead of the Mac. I'm just like, this isn't the right guy.
But I knew who the Mac was because that's when I started watching German wrestling.
The best kind.
You know, it's where the Nazis go.
The German Scheiße wrestling.
But afterwards, like, I kind of when I found out who the Mac was, I'm like, this guy's gonna make it somewhere, because you all know that Lucha Underground, if you're a viewer or reader or anything of wrestling related, you know that Lucha Underground takes what WWE throws away, and they make it theirs.
They're basically the new age version of what WCW was for a little bit.
Yeah, but you know, without the penis.
Yeah.
And the penis I'm referring to is Eric Bischoff.
Even though you love Eric Bischoff.
I mean, Eric Bischoff is one of my heroes.
I heard that you once wrote a story about him.
I think I did. No, I wrote a report in school about him.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it was like I think we had to like rag about someone famous, and I wrote about Eric Bischoff, and I kept referring to him as the Big Shot.
You had to write about somebody who changed a company. If I remember.
Yes, I remember. I had to rag about something that like just like changed an entire company. I wrote about how he changed WCW.
Yeah. With the whole Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, and it was a great thing because nobody knew, because even the teacher did not know who he was. Like, she had to research it because she didn't believe me, and like, okay, this is correct, but I don't like it because it's something fake. She still gave me the grade for. She still gave me the grade for it, but it's like this might be fake because it's wrestling. I'm like, you might be fake because your tits are fake.
Ooh.
Because they look.
The Mac wins. Good for the Mac, dude.
Yeah. The Snakes keep coming out of nowhere, and the weird thing was that there isn't like a love thing between the Mac and Sexy Star, but you kind of like see like there's something between them.
Definitely it's a strong friendship.
It's like stronger than friendship, but not that strong like love, because like she shows up.
They're best friends.
They're best friends, but you know, they're not heels.
True.
And like she said, like, you know, I'm gonna win the title, and once I win, I'll give you have the title shot. We'll have our best match ever because we're against each other as friends. And like the Mac's like, yeah, because it's Spanish. Like, she's speaking full blown Spanish, and like he's like, yeah.
Secretly, he understands.
Because like it's Lucha Underground, everyone knows Spanish.
True.
But the end of the main event is the rematch of Johnny Mundo, the current reigning and defending Lucha Underground champion, facing off against 60 Star inside the steel cage. And how many goddamn steel cage matches are they going to put Mundo?
That's actually a pretty good question.
because he's been in all of them.
Yeah.
Like seriously, he's been in every single one. And he's won every single one.
Well, I mean, he's really good.
Yeah, but still. But as I'm watching, as I watch him wrestle, all I kept thinking is, wasn't Melina the first woman that helped him out?
I think so.
And then they just like,
it was either Melina or
because I
Maxine.
remember Melina was, no, it was Melina. Melina was there first, and then they replaced her with Taya Valkyrie.
Is Maxine still there? I don't really
Yes, she's there with the King of the Dead guy.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so like they're still a thing, and I think if I remember correctly, Sammy Callahan.
Sammy Callahan. The
Sammy
Callahan Death Machine.
Sammy Callahan, or as he's known as this in this series, Jeremiah Crane. Apparently,
Jeremiah Crane, dude.
Apparently, he's been in the temple before.
Yes.
Because he went to Cuero saying like, "Hey, I want a match against I think it was Mil Muertes, right?"
Yeah, he's what's his name's boyfriend.
Ivelisse,
yeah.
But like he says like, "All right, I got my match. All right." He goes, grabs the chair, goes up into the ceiling, and like Cuero's like, "Wait, what are you doing?" Like legitimately, like, "What are you doing?" And then he grabs the Ouija board.
He knows.
Like I thought, like he's like, oh, like he might know something. Like that might be my secret stash of cocaine.
I wouldn't doubt it. Knowing Sammy Callahan, I wouldn't doubt it.
But I think it kind of like goes into the fact that like maybe Callahan knows more about what's going on with Mil Muertes because he grabbed the Ouija board.
Yeah, he definitely knows.
Like something's up.
If anything, Ivelisse must have told him.
Yeah, because apparently they also had a thing.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I think that's about it because I did not watch NXT and
I watched the last few bits of NXT. Like I kind of did like a recap and watched the final match. We have a new #1 contender for Shinsuke Nakamura's NXT title, and it is the glorious one, Bobby Roode.
Oh, and since it's 12:07, hey Joe.
Do you know where your children are?
Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus to you too, Saul.
Remember, kids, Festivus for the rest of us.
Oh, wait a sec. We have someone come on the podcast for 1 second. All right. Why don't you like Natty? I gotta ask you.
Because I don't like her.
Talking to the microphone, Em.
Because I don't like her.
Why don't you like her?
Because I don't.
You just don't. And you
give a valid explanation.
We need a valid explanation, Em.
Why are you so loud?
Why am I so loud? Because we gotta talk. And apparently Jim's an alcoholic now.
Yep.
So every week, would you watch Total Divas and give us a recap?
Nope.
No, okay, I see how it is.
But
okay.
I watch it. I'm like the only one that watches it.
Saul's the only one that watches it, man.
Stop being so loud.
I'm sorry. We'll try. Well, there we go. She doesn't like Natty because she just doesn't.
Give a valid explanation, damn it.
I don't think she wants to give a valid explanation. She's
is
too
it
similar. I think it's because she's too similar. She sees her as competition. Inside voices.
I'm in my house.
Welcome to the Blue House. So I found a mod for Left 4 Dead 2 that plays the Bear in the Blue House ending music after you beat the game. So after you beat the game, it's just like the moon, the bear,
and the big blue house. You know what? If I ever...
now. But yes, Bobby Roode ended up winning the Fatal 4-Way match, which is very similar to Battle of the Bulls. Now I'm thinking about it. Won the Fatal 4-Way match between Ty Dillinger, Bobby Roode, Roderick Strong, and Cien Almas. And yeah, so now we're going to get Shinsuke versus Bobby Roode. And boy, oh boy, I'm not sure who's going to get the bigger pop for their entrance. It's probably going to be Perfect 10 versus Bobby all over again.
All I'm really thinking is hopefully that Bobby Roode gets dragged. I mean, not gets dragged, but like carried into the ring like the god that he is with this theme.
Oh, like on like 4 people each holding part of it.
Yeah, so he's just like looking up in the sky with his arms crossed and a holy light glaring down at him.
Glorious.
I'm just hoping like he wears solid like pure white. Just
pure
to
white.
make to make that just
What's
to make it
Nakamura
pop.
gonna wear? Just pure red.
No, he wears black.
He wears all black. Oh man, it's gonna be like a Shawn Michaels Undertaker thing.
And like instead of having like 12 violinists, it's the entire Alamo Dome.
So is this going to be called NXT Takeover San Antonio? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Now they're just referring them into the city that they're going to be at.
Well, it's always been for like the pre's, but I guess they just don't have minor takeovers anymore.
They might, but I'm not sure.
It would probably be like between Mania and SummerSlam.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully they have a minor pay-per-view then. Like a minor takeover. Like maybe the supposed rumors that they are going to have a women's tournament in 2017. Hopefully the finals of that might be at a takeover.
Yeah, most likely.
Like, to draw more people to watch NXT.
Yeah, I wonder who they're going to get for that. Like, I hope they get Sexy Star in it. That would be amazing.
She can't.
Why not?
She's retired from wrestling.
Oh, she's retired now?
Yeah, she retired from wrestling, and apparently she also... Okay, so she's done filming season 4 Lucha Underground.
Fine, then. Get the...
and she's also...
Get Cobra Moon.
She took off the mask. Not only did she took off the mask, she's pursuing boxing and MMA now.
Is she at least pretty?
She's pretty for a Mexican.
She looks pretty with the mask on. I mean, I'll assume she's pretty with the mask off as well.
Yes.
Hold on, let me Google her real quick.
Look her Sexy Star unmasked.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, okay, Google. we're doing like the commercial. Okay, Google. Sexy Star unmasked. Let's see what we get. And she looks kind of like Shaul Guerrero. She looks better with the mask on.
Like, I did say she looks pretty for a Mexican.
I think she looks better with the mask on. I know it's not very nice, but like...
Oh, I remember they're in the Hall of Fame ceremony. Wait, did Kalisto bring Sexy Star with him? Like, people thought that they were a thing. No, but that was just Kalisto's wife.
His wife is Sexy Star.
Apparently.
Makes sense.
True.
So yeah, is there any other things? Impact tonight, you said it was just a clip show?
Yeah, they're doing like the best of 2016.
Oh, they're doing the year-end thing. That makes sense. Didn't you say that they're doing something with the Hardys soon?
Apparently they might have a New Year's special. But I'm not sure if it's going to be like total non-stop deletion, but it might be just like an end of the year thing hosted by the Hardys.
I'd watch that.
I mean, I'd watch an entire
or wait, did they host the clip show?
No.
Was it just Josh Matthews or something?
Yeah, Matthews and Borash, I think.
Does Pope D'Angelo still do commentary?
I think he does. I think he's just on vacation.
Permanent vacation.
Permanent paid vacation.
No, it's unpaid. He's got all the Benjamins. He's got
Including
all the
Shelton,
dinero, if you will. But yeah, is there anything else that we need to touch on?
Not really a lot more. The only like newsworthy thing I can really think about is Hiroshi Tanahashi, New Japan's ace of the company, is changing his theme after 12 years.
Oh wow.
So no more guitar wailing solo.
Did they say what he's going to change it to?
No, it's gonna be revealed in Tokyo Dome,
Oh, that makes sense. So
and
yeah, I mean,
and to symbolize that he threw his air guitar at people.
he threw it as people. It's going to win the DDT championship.
Hiroshi Tanahashi's air guitar wins.
Tanahashi's air guitar, yes.
I want that title to just be won by an actual ring. No, I think a ring actually did win the belt.
Yes, it did.
That belt, man. Did you ever? I think I sent you the link of a video that says like every single heavy
It wasn't all
metalweight
of them, but it
champion.
was all the silly ones.
Yeah, like a monkey,
All of
a
them
chair.
all of them up to Joey Ryan, I believe.
Yeah, because Joey Ryan actually like has a video channel about
Yeah,
every single time the title changed, even the claymation one, which was weird.
It's still the best one though.
But I think that's it for now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well just say thanks for listening. Little update for coming attractions so far for the Rumble. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Jericho's in a shark cage, and Goldberg and Lesnar are in the Rumble. Other than that, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, if you liked, share with your friends, share with your
Share with your friends, share with your enemies,
share with your sister.
share with your mom, share with Natalia.
Please,
Also,
Natalia.
Also, I guess I might as well take this time to say my best is going out to the entire Hart family, and also going out to Smith Hart, who I've been friends with Smith Hart on Facebook for a while, and I believe he's got stage 4 terminal cancer. So my best goes out to the entire Hart family and everyone out there, but I guess this one's for you, Smith.
Yeah, I just got a glass of eggnog. So yeah, Smith Hart. Hopefully he can fight this, but since it's stage 4, you never know. But hopefully, he makes a recovery.
Yeah, fight as long as you can, brother. This one's for you. But yes, thank you all. Thank you all for listening. If you like it, share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with your mom, share with everyone. If you want to see more of it, then give it a like. If you want to give us topics, and yes, we are having a very special episode on Christmas, I believe. So
maybe Christmas Eve, like at 12, because I'm trying to get some guests so they can talk about their perspective of wrestling. Just to have a good banter. Because as we said every other podcast, we're all more than just wrestling fans. We're also fields. So hopefully we get to get more people for that special Christmas podcast, and hopefully old Gabe Newell can get me some Steam deals.
Speaking of that, we have a Steam group open. All you gotta do is search up "Can You Handle This Cast" on Steam groups, and you should be able to find it. It'll have myself and Salvadoom in there. I am Swedish Chef. If you wanna look me up in there, join the Discord chat we got going on. All the links are going to be down in the description. Follow us on Twitch, on Twitter, all that sort of thing. And yeah, thank you all for sticking with us for another magical weekly hour of the Can You Handle This Cast. Any parting words, Salvadoom?
Yeah, hopefully your sister will stop hanging on that Natty Nightheart, so we're able to have that weekly recap of the Total Divas show. Because I'm actually willing to do that as long as I get paid. Double than her.
As long as you get paid. I see how it is. Well, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you next time.